that are part of the G20 that clearly are not down with this attack on Syria. So I'm going to have the elder read through that, and we're going to expound upon it. Start from the
All right, now it says G20 Syria divide. World's largest nations speak out against U.S.-led strike. As leaders of countries making up half of the world's population firmly oppose military action against Syria without a UN mandate, the U.S. kept pushing for a strike, claiming that many countries represented at the G20 summit were comfortable with it. Although discussion of the Syrian conflict was never officially on the G20 agenda, world leaders used their statements and speeches to outline their stance on a possible U.S.-led military strike. Notice it says U.S.-led military strike against the government of Syria, President Bashar Assad. Russian President Vladimir Putin has dismissed the notion that there was a 50-50 split of opinion on the issue, alluding that leaders of the majority of the world's largest economies clearly stated their opposition to military intervention in Syria. Russia, China, India, Indonesia, Argentina, Brazil, and South Africa were among the countries that openly spoke out against military action not authorized by the UN Security Council, Putin revealed. Putin himself said that he believes the alleged chemical weapons attack was nothing more than a provocation on behalf of the armed insurgents in hope of the help from the outside from the countries which supported them from day one. President of the Russian Federation Vladimir Putin at a news conference on the outcome of G20 leaders summit. It's just a picture that they show here. That was the caption of the picture. Reading on, it says, taking a stand against the U.S.-led strike. During his closing speech at the G20 summit, the Russian president pointed out that the world's most populous Muslim majority nation, Indonesia, was among those categorically opposed to a strike against Syria. Indonesia has been calling on the international community to refrain from extrajudicial justice on Syria and to wait until UN investigators publish the results of their work. Indonesia's stance is clear. President Yudhoyono has said that while affirming that the use of chemical weapons against its innocent civilians cannot be accepted, we need to ensure who actually carried out the attacks. In this sense, we should wait for the UN's inspection team to announce the result of its investigation. Indonesian Foreign Minister Marty Gawa said in a statement published on President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono official website. Bambang. International responses should not lead to more and worse humanitarian problems. The misery of the Syrian people has been too long, and we need to ensure there is no military approach used, but instead peaceful diplomatic measures must be utilized to settle the problems, Natali Jawa added.
Yeah, and you gotta understand that all these nations, see, now that you got the internet, there's so much information going out through these WikiLeaks and all this stuff, that all these nations are starting to wake up to the tactics of this devil here in America, the way he operates, the excuses he uses to bring war or to bring a strike or an invasion upon a certain country. So people they're starting to wake up, and they're like, look, man, nah, we ain't having that anymore. You know, but these devils are so proud, and the Spirit of the Lord is really what's driving them to do these things, really to bring about their destruction. That's got a quick precept. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 5. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. So now, you know, when a woman wears a skirt, and you pull a skirt up, you can see, you know, her goodies, so to speak. You know, so right now, the Lord is pulling the skirt up on America, and the world is seeing America's nakedness. They're seeing all the wickedness and all the different things that these devils have been doing for the longest, and their tactics, and they're pretty much exposing them. So all these people, all these nations are building up more and more hate for this devil. Even their own cracker kind. You know, these so-called other European countries that are backing them right now, they're even coming against them. You know, and they're seeing the nakedness of this country called America, or this corporation. It says, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame.
That's what's happening right now.
That's right, that's right. It says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. Like when you see, like in the ancient world, when they would catch a woman, you know, committing adultery or something like that, they will put her in the midst of everybody. This is the woman. They'll bring the charges against her, and they'll look at her as a gazing stock. That's right now. You're like that adulterous woman that's butt naked, about to get stoned, and about to get beat the hell up, and beat down, and put to death. So that's how the Lord is setting you right now. He's opening up all your wickedness around the whole entire world, the whole entire planet. So when these nations shoot their missiles on you, it's going to be that anger that's in them, that's given to them by the Lord, by revealing the secret things that you've been doing behind closed doors, and all this wickedness that you've been doing, and all this thieving that you've been doing, setting these nations up to take their resources.
A good example is this guy Edward Snowden, and all the revelations that he brought out, you know, which is making America look bad. Good.
You know what, man? For all you dumb bird-brained rockhead niggas, you so-called African-American people that voted for Obama, he's the one that's going to bring the destruction of America. This country that you love so much. You niggas I'm talking about. You jakes. Okay, Obama just doing what he want to do. Well, he's not really doing what he wants to do. He's under orders.
Doing what the Rothschilds.
He's doing exactly what the Rothschilds want him to do. He said, I don't care about Congress. I'm going in. I don't care about the UN. We going in. So he gonna bring this destruction of this goddamn place called America, man.
Yep. Indonesia's President Susilo Bambang attends a meeting with Business 20 and Labor 20 representatives during the G20 summit on September 6, 2013 in St. Petersburg. China has consistently opposed a military solution for the Syrian crisis, joining Russia in its belief that any action must be based on the UN investigation and authorized by the UN Security Council. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Qin Gang told RT at the summit that it is vitally important that any move on Syria be based on the UN investigation, stressing that China is against the use of chemical weapons by any countries or organizations. China and Russia are both appealing to the countries concerned to be serious about the possible consequences of the use of military means without the mandate of the UN Security Council. Quinn added, reminding that recent history has shown that such means can't solve a complicated issue like Syria. Meanwhile, China's Vice President, Minister Zhao Gangyao, or Zhu Gangyao, has warned that a strike would have a negative impact on the global economy and cause a hike in the oil price.
That's what they want. Remember we were reading about the Massini Pike blueprint? They said that the reason why they're bringing all these different wars is to cause social unrest and to bring to cause economic unrest. You know, because this economic unrest will cause all nations to finally say, you know what, we're sick of these wars. You got to give us some type of solution. What is this solution going to be? And they're going to come out with the New World Order, which is that unpure doctrine of Lucifer.
That's right. They're going to try to, that's right, which is that chip. The chip is going to be, they're going to be in the process of setting this thing up, but the Most High is not going to let them fully get it set up. But they're going to implement the chip